Yeah, what it is. So before we start, I just want to start off by first saying that there's absolutely no gore, violence, substances, hate speech, or anything else of the nature during the commission of this video. And if you don't know, this is your man's reporting to you live from the back of the classroom, Petty Murphy, aka MAGA Boy, doing what I do best, and that is the world's most illustrious propaganda pimping. If anything you see during the course of this video resonates, by all means, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Girl, so you already know what it is, right? It is your man's Petty Murphy, aka MAGA Man, doing what I do best, and that is the world's most illustrious propaganda pimping, right? So, you know, I talk a lot about how they use your energy, they use trigger words and situations to get certain actions out of specific groups. So, I'm going to drop down. I want to show you something. And just track with me. See, the one thing about me is that, and I don't know why, but for some reason, when I see certain things, it's almost like it imprints on my soul, and I never forget when I see them and where I see them. And then as things come out further down the line, for some reason, my brain just starts connecting dots that ain't supposed to be connected. But let me tell you how my mind works. It will tell me if I'm too. So, in the early 90s, there was a gentleman by the name of Stanley Meyer. We're gonna do this shit again. So yeah, the gentleman by the name of Stanley Meyer.
Extract the chemical potential energy directly from water in excess or in equal proportion to the energy required to facilitate such production is, mainstream science says, a violation of the first and second laws of thermodynamics. But one inventor in particular, Stanley Meyer, claimed that is exactly what he did. And it is suspected among the conspiratorial-minded that Stanley Meyer, just like the inventor in David Mamet's play The Water Engine.
Now, you can go look it up yourself, because everything I'm going to show you can be found on YouTube, or you can just do a simple Google search. Now, Stanley Meyer was on the news, everything. He met with investors. And shortly after meeting with investors, he walked out the restaurant and said to his brother, "They got me," and killed over and was out of here, right? After that, his car, all his research and everything came up missing. And the water car was hidden behind, they call that top secret wall, you know, because it's a threat to national security because it crumbled the oil industry. But let's keep tracking, right? All right. So, y'all remember this right here, right?
Look at here, young boy.
The aftermath of a mass shooting captured on camera, an apparently lifeless body lying on the ground in Buffalo, New York.
The shots fired, close 95 Justin. How many cars you possibly can?
This is the worst nightmare that any community can face. And we are hurting and we are seething right now as a community.
Police say 13 people were shot, 10 of them killed Saturday afternoon at this Tops-friendly market in northeast Buffalo.
Crazy dead bodies inside the store.
Tonight, authorities.
All right, so you remember that, right? Upstate New York, Buffalo, about a dime piece ago, right? About a decade ago now. Now, they told us that a white supremacist, right? A white supremacist who drove, allegedly, 3 hours out of his way from his home to go shoot up this store because he wanted to kill a bunch of melanated beings, right? But let's see who was in there.
Aaron Salter Jr. wore many hats in his life: retired police officer, substitute teacher, but one of his true passions was science. He built a lab in his garage where he spent countless hours working to develop an engine that could run on water.
It's not running off of gas fumes?
No, there's no gas fumes. No gas fumes.
Sadly, for all he was in life, the world is learning his story because of the courage he displayed doing his job, protecting his community. Working security at the Tops grocery store, Salter engaged the shooter, who was heavily protected by body armor.
We have evidence that he struck him at least one time and that unfortunately had no effect.
Not everyone would have made the same choice, to run towards gunfire. And with his experience, 30 years on the Buffalo police force, he had to have guessed the shooter had an assault rifle. Yet Salter tried, ultimately in vain, to save the lives of others.
Aaron was, a great individual, and I know he, in his heart, he wanted.
All alleged, all purely scripted satire, all for entertainment purposes only because I'm tweaking. So, let me ask you, any of that picking up? Does any of that make sense to any of you? Or are we still going to play the, you know what, I'm not even going to do it because nobody's going to want to hear it anyways, right? It's all conspiracy, right? It's all conspiracy. It's funny. Same thing happened to Stanley Meyer, happened to this gentleman. And that gentleman was on the news showing off his water car 2 weeks before someone mysteriously went 3 hours out of their way, all in the name of white supremacy. Gunned down a bunch of allegedly. Let me tell you something, right? If you believe that, then I guarantee you believe Gayle King just went to space too. So yeah, we get out of here, man. Remember, realize. Transparency forces accountability. Y'all keep your eyes to the stars, keep your head on the swivel. I'm out.